Plus, it's getting warm in my office. Can you see that I'm starting sweating? I don't have the air conditioning running. I've got the 3D printer running. Okay, so this is from Eldon. Hey, Eldon, hope you're doing well. I would like to have a detailed discussion of the history line, talking about all the many symbols, colors, wiggle lines, broken lines, plus symbols, yada, 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 in there. So, Eldon, I hope you watched the beginning, and now I lost the files, what's the beginning if you just came in, where I showed how you can group things up inside of the history line. The other thing I wanted to show in here about the history line is that if we open up a sketch and we draw something up here, let's just extrude that out like this, like that there. If we now go over and let's open up another sketch and let's draw a rectangle like this. Let's hit Q and make a cut like that, and let's put a fillet on it like this here. Now, one thing you might have noticed down in this timeline, so I showed before how you can group things together in here, how it shows association between the parts with the squiggly lines. So watch that video. But the other thing to keep an eye on down here is if I go down to the sketch that created this cutout and I right click on it and I hit delete, you see how right now it gives you a warning and it turns yellow. Anytime you see stuff like this happening in your history line down here, you should go back and investigate and try to fix it. If you don't fix it, if you just are rushing and you're like, I'll look at that later, that's when you start having issues later on. Now, of course, right now, this is looking for that sketch. And if I right click on it, hit review warning, that's what it's trying to tell you down here. I'm missing that sketch. Now, you could actually, if I right click and edit it, you will actually see that it's looking for a profile right now. Now, if I roll back my tree to before that option, and I drew a sketch in the opposite corner, like this, finish that sketch. I could actually going in here and right click on our thing here and hit edit, and I could say, well, instead of using the missing profile, use this profile down here instead. Right now it should be happy, but when I do that, it will make the cut. See, that extrusion is happy. But you now see how I have red on my fillet. And the reason for that, if I go backwards, and maybe, hopefully this is useful to somebody, just undoing, Control Z. The reason that at this point there's no issues is the fillet is using these faces to know where that is, okay? So if I go in here and I say I'm going to create a new, let me just go back. If I roll before that first sketch, create another sketch over here and draw another center rectangle from here to here. And I now tell our original extrusion, see that extrusion right there? Stop using this sketch, but using this sketch instead. Edit the sketch. So right now it has this profile selected, but if I select this one, it will still be happy, but the fillet is not, because the faces that it was using to do the fillet, well, they're now gone. Whenever this is happening, you have a major issue. And if we're going to edit that, you will see that it just have nothing to select. Now, I could go over here and select these two as my selection over here and use those instead. See, edit feature, select the edge right there. Shouldn't I be able to do that? Wait a minute. There you go. Oh, I don't know why. Like that. And then you could do it like that. So you can just change where it goes. But that's how that is working. So I hope that, Eldon, if you look at the first one and you look at this one, that would help you a little bit. There was also a live stream I did do on this subject fairly early on. I think it was called Break Something. Not break rule number 1. Not that one. Live stream number 13. This is good luck right there, right? Number 13, you will get into that too, where I'm kind of showing how to break that. So check that out.